This Rakdos Dragon's deck uses 2-mana accelerants to get out 4-drops really early. In particular, Fearsome Whelp rewards us for having a lot of different types of dragons. If we get a Fearsome Whelp down early, we can reduce the mana cost of a bunch of our different dragons and hopefully curve out not just a 4-drop dragon on turn 3, but maybe 2 or 3 dragons on later turns. Part of the difficulty of that is, let's actually get the sideboard open, shall we? This deck requires a very precarious balance of 2-drop accelerants into 4-drop creatures. Unlike a lot of other aggressive decks, we don't actually get to combine 2 or 3 2-drops into a viable fighting force, like, say, something like Mono Green does. And our 3-drops are really curve fillers. They don't necessarily win the game on their own, and they don't do a ton if we're combining a 2-drop ramp spell, a 4-drop dragon, and a 3-drop. So we have a very high top end with an explosive power level of ramping into big dragons and then just keeping the dragons coming. But like most dragons lists, we have this weakness of we need to draw exactly the right balance. Now, unlike a lot of other dragons lists, normally mono red, say, has an issue that it doesn't have as many good 2-drop mana accelerants. Kalain here is replacing the red artifact that can ramp out dragons, and the reason for that is because this is still an aggressive deck. Unlike a lot of other decks that have as many top-end expensive cards as this, we don't really have a super viable game plan for scaling into the late game. We're not looking at any 5-mana planeswalkers that can accrue a bunch of value. We don't have much in the way of restocking our hand efficiently. Moonveil Regent kind of does that, but it's not really. So we can't really recover from board wipes super great. The reason that then we need to play Kalain instead of some of the mono red artifact ramp is this deck needs to be pretty aggressive. It can't really win from behind super efficiently unless its opponent's playing a deck that just can't deal with a single top-decked 4/4 over the course of multiple turns, and that's not how most decks function. Hence, Kalain that puts power on the board and makes the next dragon we play bigger, as opposed to trying to use artifacts to ramp out our dragons early and then turn them into more dragons late after we're kind of already falling behind and the opponent's stabilizing. Will that be good enough to overcome the fact that we're kind of pretty heavily invested in getting exactly the right curve? I don't know. Let's find out.